Good afternoon, Bina.
Good afternoon, Julie. Happy Friday.
I know, happy Friday to you. We missed last month's recruitment and HR bullets because I was having a few days off.
I know, holiday time. Well, we all need time off, don't we?
I'll tell you, it was a great recharge. So this is recruitment and HR bullets. It's Friday, the 25th of June, and I'm here with a lovely Bina Briggs from Plain Talking HR, and I'm Julie Grimes from Jaguar White Recruitment. We've got some interesting topics to talk about around recruitment and HR and companies and well-being, and I think they're all quite as important as each other at the moment. But we're going to kick off with the well-being side because I think it's really important at the moment with how people are feeling, that the feedback out there from clients is changing in terms of the way that they're looking after employees, and I hope you out there as an employee are feeling this as well. So Bina, I know you've got some stats from CIPD, etc. Let me know your thoughts on it, and then I can add to that on my feelings.
Wonderful. Well, this week actually is the World Wellbeing Week. So it just means that literally people are thinking about everyone's well-being, but most of course, especially about their employees. So, it's all about employers and employees, and CIPD, the Chartered Institute of Personnel and Development, in case people didn't know what CIPD is, and Simply Health, they actually do an annual review, and they do this big survey of, a whole lot of organizations.
Yes.
And the recent one has just literally come out, and what a surprise is all about well-being as an actual survey. And it's talked about, obviously the health and well-being of employees and so on, but where they had surveyed a number of organizations and asked them specific questions, obviously, post COVID, so for the last 18 months or so, a lot of things came out of it. And one of the things that was really interesting, well, it's not unexpected, but I think it's really heartening to know that organizations have actually increased their budgets on the well-being of their employees. The other thing that really came out of, and I'm just touching on maybe 2 or 3 things, I'm not going into the whole report.
No.
The other thing that really I was very happy with was the fact that it said a lot of organizations, over 40% of the respondents, I think, said that they were proactively looking at well-being of their employees rather than reactively. And I think we have to thank that to COVID, because if you think about it, this is all really started, getting wound up and really coming to the forefront of the employment world from last year in February, March onwards, and it's continued. So, it's right at the top of the agenda. So that's really, really lovely. And that organizations have also, they said that they took a lot of additional measures, not just the budgets and the proactiveness, but other additional measures to ensure that their employees were looked after and the well-being of them, and of course mental health comes in as well.
Yes.
And how they were addressing those issues and so on. The one thing that I think they did say that the financial well-being was still not addressed at that high end, but then I think given the last 18 months or so, quite likely that a lot of organizations haven't been able to do anything with it, because quite likely they've gone down rather than up, So that's kind of my kind of golden nuggets, if you like, for now, that it is heartening to know that organizations out there are really taking the well-being of their employees seriously and doing something about it.
That's great. I think we should keep on that positive vibes. We're all about positive news today, and the positive outcomes of COVID, because it has made people realise that it is about caring about employers. employees, and also employees caring about their bosses as well, so working as a team.
Well, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, and it's worked. I think it's working quite well. A lot of the clients I'm speaking to, not only are they talking more, holding more conversations, or what called not workshops, but even anonymous, where giving feedback. I think that really helps as well. So it's just about communicating, isn't it? As well as the health and safety of obviously making sure everybody's got the right workspace, etc., which we've touched on before.
Exactly, and I think it is also just making sure that it is openly discussed, is out there within the portfolio of the organizations, mission, vision, what they do, what's out there for their employees.
Sure.
And having it really openly discussed and being implemented. It's not just, as you said, it's not just about talking, but really caring about their employees and doing something about it. And this is where the individuals will also come in, because you're looking at people as people and not just a number. So, somebody might have a different issue, but it will still come under well-being, to somebody else's, and so on. So, yeah, it's really wonderful.
I think that's fabulous. And to add to your finance side of that, obviously it's not caught up in terms of looking at financial increases. I think we've got to maybe try and park that till next year, just to see how the land lies. But as long as it's hopefully not going backwards, we can hang on in there. So yeah, I think that's a positive thing. In terms of finance and the salaries, I think it's nicely brings us into a subject of a shortage of skilled candidates out there. So I know you speak with clients as well from a different perspective, and I know some recruit themselves, some they use an agency like myself. There are lots of candidates out there. That's what everyone's saying. That marketplace is flooded. There's loads of candidates. It must be so easy to recruit. It's obviously not. And I think actually companies are now realizing that, because they're double, treble, quadruple the amount of candidates. But the skilled candidates, there's still more of them, but you just have to dig deep and have those conversations and be really consultative. So there is a shortage of skilled candidates out there. And I spoke to a gent this week who said, there's so many out there, I'm not going to be able to sort of get into the right areas. There's so much competition. And when I was looking at his CV, which is obviously one of my favourite subjects.
Of course. It has to be. It has to be. It has to be.
Oh, yeah. CV and interview coaching, two of my favourite subjects. The CV needs to say what you want to be known for. So, and I know a lot of people know this now, but you really do need to look at your CV. And if you've got skills and you want to cross over into another side, you just need to make sure you've got those job titles on your CV that you actually want to be known for. I think a lot of people know now that there's so much automation out there, and keyword searching, etc. And it works against and it works for in some cases. But yeah, make sure you've got the skills and the titles in your CV that you want to be known for, even if it's I want to do this and my experience is this. So yeah, CVs has to be on the agenda all the time in terms of that. But
always.
Yeah, if anyone needs any advice, definitely call myself or Bina, or one of us will definitely be speaking to you about that. The one other thing I wanted to talk to you about was the fact that I've had some frustrating feedback from candidates this week. If you're a recruiter listening to this, you will know that you're being ghosted by candidates. So people are applying for jobs and 50% of them don't pick up the phone, they don't respond to you. That's one side of the thing. The other side of the coin is the fact that candidates are not getting feedback from clients and some recruiters when they go for applications and putting jobs for jobs. Can't get my words out today. So a couple of examples this week are ladies that have gone for roles and have done tests and tests and tests. I'm not talking about video interview. They've done tests assessments, for figures, for maths, for attention for detail, all of this. And they've spent a long time, got through the second interview, then not heard anything back from the companies.
Oh, that's the cardinal sin, isn't it? How could you do that?
The first thing I say to us, can I ask if it's an agency, or can I ask if it's a company direct? And actually, it's companies direct mainly. So that's the feedback. Although it has been known that some recruiters have done that as well. But the frustration on the recruiter side is that somebody might, for instance, this lady is working in the health and care industry, but she's in like office management. And somebody rang her to see if she wanted to be a care, like, in care, helping and looking after people as a nurse. And she had, nothing like that on her CV. But because she had care as a key and health,
key word,
she got picked up and a recruiter rang her. So yeah, so it can be quite frustrating out there for candidates. I do understand that. And all I can say is just keep positive and keep going, and you will find recruiters that are good. You'll find recruiters that maybe are not suited to you, and the same with the companies. But recruiters will remember you. So definitely get back to them. And I think recruiters try and get back to you.
It's just normal practice, it's normal etiquette. And I know you're talking with numbers and loads of people, but the fact is that if you make time for just the people you're working with, and you might have, I don't know, we were talking about this earlier, and say for a position you've got 20 plus, CVs, and you know that maybe half of them aren't really good enough. Well, you probably have an automated system or something that tells them that, look, sorry, but you're not going to be considered for this position. You've only got another few left, of whom, again, it would be much easier for you as you go through the selection process, as you're discounting them and getting rid of them, to just literally have some system by which it just tells them that, and the CRM systems do all that for you now, with personalized letter and all that. So you just don't even need to pick up the phone. So all that leaves you maybe 2 or 3 people that you really want to talk to about. But hey, those are the people who are going to be your ambassadors, because they remember you if you treated them like human beings. That's all it is, isn't it?
It's just respectful, isn't it? And some of the responses from others having to reject candidates this week have been lovely. I feel like they've won the lottery, because I've got an email from me explaining that they're not right due to the amount of experience, or there's 10 things we're looking for in our job description, and at the moment they're in pile 2 because they've only got 5 and we've got other candidates. And you can't absolutely be personal to each one, but you can bunch people in and send that off. So I think also from a candidate point of view, we've got to be respectful that they may be at work, so they might be a bit short, so you need to be patient with people as well. And also on the reverse side as well, just be kind, give everybody a second chance at the moment. I think that's my message. Be positive, give everybody that second chance. So yeah, I don't know if you have any disrespectful clients, but I've had a few, and it's all been turned around just by having that second conversation.
And I think it is always that when you treat people as people, and you give them just that much little benefit of your personal service, or that communication, or you just give them that little bit extra time. Most time people are very appreciative, because they understand that you've gone up, you've taken that extra step to have that meaningful conversation, whether it's good or bad, but at least they would know that you made that effort, and for that you will be remembered.
Yes.
And you're talking about the candidates, and the thing is that the candidate has got one priority at the moment in their life. They want a job. They want a good job, the one that matches their CV, and it will stretch them a bit, and that will give them kind of the next step up in their career. That's what they want. If you are able to give them a little bit of feedback about what they didn't do quite right, or what they need extra to get to that stage, to get that job. They might not be right for you at this moment, but they might be for somebody else for another job. Just think about, you taking people off the list of however many unemployed, millions we've got in the country. You're taking one off and giving them a good start in life. That's what it is, isn't it? As you said, be kind.
Definitely be kind, and remember out there that the job market is changing. I know there's a little bit of uncertainty because the cases are rising again, I hate to say, but let's keep positive. There's definitely more confidence out there in terms of employers looking to recruit. APSCO, REC, the Recruitment and Employment Confederation, send information out and stats all the time. It's all looking extremely positive. So hang in there. Keep applying, and I do think the people that continue and be resilient will get there in the end.
Yeah.
So positiveness, and hopefully we're going to be in even a better position when Bino and I speak next month.
Yes, definitely. I think I actually feel positive, for sure, because definitely there are more people thinking about the businesses now. More people thinking about moving forward. I've taken on a couple of really wonderful clients. I've got about half a dozen really good projects that have come along. And a lot of it is all good stuff rather than the negative stuff. So I think definitely we're going towards the light.
All in all, a positive month and a positive week, I think, as well. I think I've probably dealt with one of the nicest clients this week. It's the most respectful to their candidates, and it was such a pleasure to help them recruit. I was kind of finished yesterday, so
isn't that lovely all round? Isn't it? Just you feel like, this is great. This is life for everyone.
So I hope you enjoyed HR and Recruitment Bullets, and we'll see you again very soon. And Bina, have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you very soon too.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye now.